Chicago PD Season 7 premiere, explosive answers and lingering doubts. When Chicago PD wrapped up its 6th season, it left fans hanging on two major cliffhangers: the mysterious murder of Brian Kelton, John C. McGinley, and the sudden absence of Antonio Dawson, John Seda. The show's loyal viewers were desperate for answers, and the Season 7 premiere, aptly titled Doubt, wasted no time diving straight into the aftermath. The episode begins in the immediate wake of Kelton's murder, setting the tone with an ominous visual: Hank Voight, Jason Begay, driving away from the crime scene. The way the camera lingers on Voight as he leaves Kelton's home, with flashing red and blue lights illuminating the night, creates a mood of foreboding. Could the leader of the intelligence unit really be guilty of murdering the mayor-elect? This chilling moment echoes throughout the episode, as both the characters and the audience grapple with the possibility. Jay Halstead, Jesse Lee Soffer, is among the first to voice what many are thinking. Earlier today, Voight said he was going to see Kelton to do what needs to be done, he confides to Haley Upton, Tracy Spiridakos. Jay's words carry weight. He's not someone to jump to conclusions, but the implication is clear. Voight had motive, opportunity, and a history of playing by his own rules. Where's Antonio? Parallel to the murder investigation, the team is left to wonder what happened to Antonio Dawson. Voight, now seemingly juggling two crises, tasks Adam Ruzek, Patrick John Pfluger, with finding him. When Ruzek arrives at Antonio's apartment, the place is in shambles, a stark contrast to the usually put-together detective. Clothes are scattered, drawers pulled open, and signs of a struggle, either internal or external, hang heavy in the air. The trail leads Ruzek to Antonio's sponsor's house, where he gets a fuller picture of Antonio's deteriorating state. According to the sponsor, Antonio had checked himself into a hospital for help, but it didn't stick. They'd talked well into the early hours of the morning, but by the time the sponsor woke up, Antonio was gone. This revelation prompts more questions than answers. Where did Antonio go? Why didn't he stay at the hospital? Is he spiraling, or is he running from something more dangerous? Voight's secrets. As the investigation into Kelton's murder continues, Halstead learns that Voight hasn't been entirely honest about his whereabouts. The truth, as it turns out, is more complicated than a simple alibi. Voight reveals that he received a call from Antonio on the night of Kelton's murder. Antonio was in a bad place, emotionally and physically. Voight, responding as a friend more than a boss, took him to an off-the-books clinic for help. This act, one of compassion, becomes tangled in the timeline of the murder. If Antonio called before Voight went to Kelton's house, that suggests Voight had time to kill the mayor-elect afterward. But if the sponsor's hospital is the same one Voight drove him to, the timelines might overlap in a way that exonerates them both, or at least muddies the waters enough to cast doubt. So if Voight didn't kill Kelton, who did? The shocking answer comes from an unexpected place: Deputy Superintendent Catherine Brennan, Ann Hesh. Voight discovers the truth during a tense confrontation at her home. Brennan, sharp and unyielding, doesn't deny the charge but doesn't offer a confession either, at least not at first. Voight presses her. Did she murder Kelton because he turned his back on her after she sacrificed everything to help him get elected? Did she snap after he abandoned her when she was exposed during the serial killer case? If you're going to take me down for murder, you better have more than a theory, she warns. But Voight does have evidence, and her reaction confirms his suspicions. He was going to ruin Chicago, she finally admits. I did what I had to do. This chilling confession repositions the entire investigation. Brennan's justification, that she killed to save the city, reveals her own twisted moral compass. In many ways, it mirrors Voight's own philosophy, but with one crucial difference: Voight is still playing by his own rules within the structure of law enforcement. Brennan crossed the ultimate line. A dangerous gamble. Voight's decision to handle Brennan on his own terms is perhaps the most contentious part of the episode. Rather than arresting her immediately, he gives her a chance to get her affairs in order. This echoes Voight's past behavior, giving people he respects or understands a final moment of dignity, even if they're guilty. However, this move doesn't sit well with Jay, who watches from a distance and suspects that Voight may be helping her cover up evidence or flee the country. Jay's suspicions prompt him and Haley to enter Brennan's home, where they find her in a deeply vulnerable state, on the verge of suicide. They stop her in time, but their actions ignite a fierce confrontation with Voight. You went behind my back, he growls at Jay. I gave her a chance to get her affairs in order, to do what she needed to do. I was setting up a containment. Jay pushes back, but Voight doubles down. I said I would handle it, didn't I? Me, not you. It was her choice, not yours. She wants to put a bullet under her chin in full blues, that's her right. It's her call. The tension between Voight and Halstead reaches a boiling point. It's not just a disagreement over protocol, it's a fundamental clash of values. Jay, ever the moral compass of the team, can no longer overlook Voight's methods. And Voight, a man used to command, sees Jay's defiance as betrayal. If you don't trust me, Jay, Voight says, his voice ice cold, the way I do business concerns you, then get the hell out. Fractures in the team. By the end of the episode, the unit feels more fractured than ever. Antonio remains missing. Brennan is in custody but her fate is uncertain. Voight's authority is under scrutiny, and his relationship with Jay may be damaged beyond repair. This episode serves as a powerful thesis for the season. Chicago PD isn't just about catching bad guys. It's about the gray areas in law enforcement, the lines that are blurred by personal loyalties, political agendas, and the need for justice in a corrupt world. Every character is forced to confront their own boundaries. Jay must decide whether he can continue serving under a leader whose ethics often stray into dangerous territory. Haley is caught in the middle, loyal to both men but increasingly aware that silence can be complicity. Ruzek, still shaken by Antonio's disappearance, wonders what else might unravel. What comes next? As the 7th season kicks off, Chicago PD sets the stage for an emotional and high-stakes journey. Antonio's absence leaves a gaping hole in the intelligence unit, not just operationally, but emotionally. The uncertainty around his fate adds a layer of tension that will no doubt ripple through future episodes. Meanwhile, the power struggle between Voight and Halstead is far from resolved. With the moral center of the team now openly challenging its leader, the intelligence unit stands at a crossroads. How far is too far in the pursuit of justice? And what happens when the people sworn to protect and serve no longer agree on what that means?